guys, it's me, Donna Bliss, and I'm here again for you to share my life stories here in Australia and in my almost 20 years abroad. We all have different beliefs, and we got it from our parents, we got it from our environment growing up, we got this from the church we go to. These are the factors. And also our experiences. Even if we have a so-called solid beliefs, because of our experiences doesn't really help that belief, we change. Today I'm going to share with you about how my consciousness evolved because of my living here abroad. It's like I've seen the pros and cons of my cultural beliefs, religious beliefs. I used to work for 2 years as a tour guide in Dubai, believe it or not. I work as a singer at night and I tour guide during the day. I've been working with Indian people, Pakistanis, with Chinese people, Japanese people, white people. When I say white people, these are Americans, English people, Australians, Canadians, Germans, with a Greek person, because Italian people. I have been friends with them and worked with them. And they have different cultures, and values. So today I'm gonna share with you what I have learned and what made me change my mind about my own beliefs, and I've changed it over the years for my own sake and for the sake of my kids. First of all, I would like to give you an example of cultural beliefs. In some countries, they believe that if you have all this wealth, generational wealth from your ancestors, it has to be kept in your bloodline. Like you have to marry people who are in the same family, so that the wealth is just gonna stay in the family. That's why a lot of culture until now is still marrying their cousins, second cousin, or their niece, their nephews, something like that. Some countries also still have arranged marriage. Their parents choose it for them. It's still going on. There's also a belief that only lucky people go abroad, which in my experience is not necessarily true, because I know a lot of people who are now in Dubai who cannot speak proper English, but they are waiters, they are cocktail makers, and you don't need to speak proper English to work in a foreign country. Or probably only pretty Filipinas marry white men, which according to my experience is very subjective, because you don't have to be pretty to be picked by a foreigner. You just have to be gutsy and know where to look. There's also a belief system that's very unhealthy. For example, I believe that I am so unlucky in love because all these relationships that never work for me. Is it a good or bad belief? Doesn't matter, because in your reality, that's how you think. Or your relationship with money, because you think that I'll just save and save and save and save. I will not spend this money. This used to be me. For example, in your country, my country, I was brought up to be, like if you're feminine, if you're like Maria Clara, Spaniards came to our country, so it was brought by Spanish people. I feel like that's how we were programmed. It's very patriarchal, which means that in Catholic Church, there's all men. Men are the priests. Why are there no women? So that's why it's patriarchal. In some cultures, if a man can cheat, a woman can cheat too. Because in some countries like Australia, anyone can get out of the marriage. There's no codependency. Subjective is it has an individual definition. If it's good or bad for you, it's up to you how you see things. That's subjective. Being objective is very straightforward. It's like black and white. For example, pineapple is a fruit. That's objective. If you say subjective, pineapple is, when I eat it, it makes my tongue itchy because of the experiencer. Because of the experience of the one who ate the pineapple, then he or she's got his or her own subjective opinion about it. You know what I mean? That's the difference between objective and subjective. This is about my story and my beliefs that I think didn't help me with my experience. Now, I am not saying that how my parents brought me was incorrect, because I think all of the things they taught me was the best of their ability. It's like the best parenting ever because it served them well when they were growing up, and because that's their reality. Their experiences are not the same as my experiences. They did not grow up to an environment like mine. This is me not disrespecting. This is my experience, and it's up to you to interpret, to use what I am saying to you, or to use my experience to probably deal with your kids in the future. Respect is of utmost importance to Filipino culture, and I am so proud to be Filipino. What I'm just saying to you is my experiences that literally changed my consciousness, and it made me evolve to who I am today. When I was in Dubai, this was the first time that I had to change what I have been believing all my life. I was 34 that time. This happened when I was still not married to my current husband. We ordered KFC. So this delivery man came to the door and I answered the door. And so I took the KFC out of his hands and he asked for my number. So I said no, because I am married. I actually lied so that I don't have to give him my phone number. But he said, but can I have your phone number, please? And I said, I am married. My husband is just there watching TV. And then he said to me again, but can I have your number, please? I want to meet you outside. I froze because I was thinking, is this a dream or is this real? Because I already said no, and he's very pushy. He got a paper and pen and put his number and gave that number to me. And I just froze there. When I closed the door and my husband told me, I think that's one quality of you Filipinas, he said. You don't know how to stand up for yourselves. That's very disrespectful. Why didn't you stand up for yourself? And I didn't have answer. Then I was like, OMG, there was silence. And that's when I realized, oh my freaking gosh, I am timid. I don't know what to do when I'm being disrespected. My husband now, he's been dating a lot of Filipinas and Asians before we started being friends. And that's why he can see the patterns of us Filipinas, that we are too nice. You Filipinas and Filipinos in general, you are too nice. And this got me. Because of my personal development journey, I realized, my childhood, how I was being brought up, why I was timid. And I was thinking, it took me a lot of years, guys, to realize why I am a magnet with these people who are child abusers. if you will watch my vlog about predators, my experience, I'll link it after this one. I'll tell you the story of how many times I have been targeted as a victim. And this is what I realize with predators. They like a specific kind of child, whether boy or a girl, because they can feel energy. They can feel if the child will fight back or the child will tell their parents or not. They are very good in that because they're predators, right? So they can sense it. If this person will tell their parents, for example, if I'm the predator, if he or she becomes my victim, is this person going to tell the parents or the carer or the someone, or will tell the police? Because guys, this is the reason why I was a magnet to child abusers. I tell you, because they can feel that I was timid. I don't fight back. This is what I'm telling you, because I was brought up to be timid, not say anything, because I didn't have opinion. I don't have any opinion. I don't have any power because I'm just a kid, or I'm just a child. You have to respect the elders like this and that. So that's why I said I need to change, especially the way I handle my kids. I make sure now that they have a voice in the house. If they have an opinion, I make sure that, okay, tell me your reason. It doesn't have to be disrespectful. Just tell me your reason why you're opposing me, so that they can feel that whatever they say, they have a voice. Been watching Law and Order Special Victims Unit. They deal with sexual assault kind of crimes and a lot of CSI. I've realized this, that some predators have a type. Like, for example, if you're a child predator, you like blondes only, or you like dark haired, or you like tans, or there are also predators who doesn't have any choice. Most of them, when they think they can dominate your energy, that's how I can really say it, they will victimize you. But if you're like a screamer, you're like a fighter, they can sense this. You are not a good victim, you are not a good target. So that's why I feel like I have to share this one. And I had an answer to my question, why was I a magnet? Because I don't feel like that I was pretty when I was young. I was not the prettiest in the class. So I said there must be something. It has to do with energy that they can feel. So if you're a parent like me, teach your kids to speak up, to make sure that they know how to fight for themselves. If they think that someone is being uncomfortable, teach them how to say it, to vocalize what's happening, that, hey, you are crossing my boundary, step off my boundary. This is taught, guys, from early on. My daughter, Madison, she's kind of a bully last year. And she pushed this boy. And you know what that boy said to me? She said, your daughter, Maddie, pushed me. I told the boy, really? I'm so sorry about that. Did she say sorry to you? And then he said no. So I talked to the boy's mom, and I told her, you know what? This is what happened. Your boy told me that. I'm so proud of your boy because he's very vocal about how he felt about the pushing thing. I joked to her, your boy will be so not gonna be a victim of a child molester or a child abuser, because he's very vocal, and you should be thankful about that. And she should be proud of his boy, and she should be proud of herself for having a boy who can stand up for himself, because it's a very, very good attitude to have, especially, if you want to protect your kids. There's this child psychologist who said that you shouldn't force your kids to kiss relatives. And I said, that's very, very strict. And it made me realize actually she was right. To be honest with you, I was always been protected. 3 or 4 people tried when I was young. One of them is a family member, and it didn't happen, thank God. But if he wanted it to happen, it would have happened. So I teach my daughter now, when she doesn't like something, when she doesn't want to be hugged or to be kissed, I stay off. We need to respect their boundaries so that even with strangers, they know how to say no. It's just my opinion from my experience. That's why I said you may or may not agree with me, because our experience or experiences were not the same. I hope it helps, and see you again next time. Light and love.
Never thought it would be so hard. I grew up without a scar, just living my life with no big worries. And I've always known what I want, just didn't know what came along. Don't wanna get